It is a heavy burden for this 14-year-old girl. Hanifa is trapped. She is a refugee from Syria. This shelter in Lebanon is all her family has, and they say there's only one way to keep it.
I am not obliged to marry a 44-year-old man. I am crying because of the situation we are in, but I have to do it so that my family can survive.
Hanifa has agreed to marry the 44-year-old Lebanese landlord. She is the trade-off. The family can no longer pay the $250 monthly rent. In exchange, the owner of the house demanded Hanifa becomes his second wife.
It is a difficult decision. Every mother wants to see her daughter secure and marry the man she loves. No mother wants to hurt her child. But we have no choice.
Maysa told us if they move out of the house and into a tent, her husband, who suffers from heart problems, and her asthmatic son wouldn't be able to survive in the cold. And her 12-year-old son, who has a job helping a mechanic, barely makes enough money to provide for food. Hanifa's story is an example of how desperate many Syrian refugees have now become. The majority cannot survive without help, and humanitarian organizations cannot reach all those who need assistance. Lebanon hosts the largest number of refugees from Syria. Over 1 million have come here, but not all have been registered with the United Nations, which means they're not eligible for aid.
I want to register with the UN. They told me that I'm able to work and find a job, but I cannot find a job.
Aid agencies are calling the Syrian refugee crisis a humanitarian tragedy. For Hanifa, it has been one tragedy after another. She manages to smile when she remembers the man she was supposed to spend her life with. But her 22-year-old cousin died fighting in Syria last year. She now feels helpless.
My whole life is destroyed. I don't want to marry him, but if I do, my family can stay in this house.
This young girl says she feels exploited, but it is a sacrifice she and her family say she has to make. Zana Khudr, Al Jazeera, northeastern Lebanon.